Good morning, guys. It's been a while, probably over a week, but I've been under the weather and I've not been out, so you know, no driving time to do videos. But in my reading this morning, something stuck out to me. I'm gonna read it real quick so that I'm getting the words right, because I'm great at not doing that. But it's in Acts 22, starting at the 7th verse. And I fell into the ground and heard a voice saying unto me, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And I answered, Who art thou, Lord? And he said unto me, I am Jesus of Nazareth, whom thou persecutest. And they that were with me saw indeed the light, and were afraid. But they heard not the voice of him that spake to me. And I said, What shall I do, Lord? And the Lord said unto me, Arise and go into Damascus, and there it shall be told thee of all the things which are appointed for thee to do. And it goes on down to where Saul's sight's restored and stuff, but what stuck out to me in the point is verse 9. And they that were with me saw indeed the light, and were afraid, but they heard not the voice of him that spake to me. And that stuck, you're going to have to overlook my voice, because my voice is still, you know, but that stuck out to me because I've said it a bunch of times before, and I'm sure I'll say it a million more, about how God has certain things for you. God has certain messages specifically for you. And I've said it before of how God's not going to tell everybody else what your purpose is. God's not going to show everybody else what he shows you, because he has a personal, individual relationship with each of his children, and they all have a different purpose. We all have a different calling. We all have a different job to do. We all have, you know, different talents. And some people would probably read that and be like, that's not even at all what it's talking about, you know, which is fine, you know, whatever. But it stuck out to me because Jesus was talking to Paul. At this time he was Saul, and telling him what he needed to do. And these other men that were with him, godly men, you know, seen the light, were afraid, knew that God was doing something here, but they didn't hear the message, because the message was specifically for Saul/Paul. Okay? And that stuck out to me because I was like, man, that's my thing. That's one of my things, because I've went through so many times of talking about things or my dreams or my ideas, just like I've said before of how I've been told I'll never have a bookstore in the town I live in. I'll never be successful at it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever God has given you in your heart, it's yours. Just like how Steve Harvey talks about how Einstein said that imagination is stuff moving in the back seat, is the preview of life's coming attractions. I can't remember if he said it was I think it was the word imagination or something like that, but either way, your dreams and that in your heart, that's burning you up, that you want so bad, is a preview of life's coming attractions. Like, that is what God has given you. He's given you enough for you to go after it, because it's yours. It's meant for you. He's not going to tell everybody else about it. Okay? Like, take for example me. Like, what God's given me in my heart. And he's given me a lot of different things. I'm not just talking about my bookstore. Like, he's given me so much and so many different things for me to do. so this is Nikki's purpose, and this is what I've told her to do. So, you know, this is what's going to happen. I'm just letting you know. And then go to my dad, and then go to my cousin, and then go to my friend, then go to my neighbor. He's not going to do that. He's going to give you what is yours. And I feel like it's easy to do. I feel like people get so discouraged when they try to share their good news. They try to share what's making them happy and they're excited about, and people don't get it. People shut it down. People, it's almost immediate every single time something happens or every single time something's said to have a negative response to it. Even us, like somebody could come to me and be like, okay, so I'm gonna go to the moon, and me being human, and in my human mind's probably gonna be like, okay, how you gonna do that? You know, that's your first, that's how our human mind works. So you can't, I'm gonna put it this way, and y'all have probably seen this on like pages or memes or whatever. Keep your stuff to yourself. Like, you're excited, you want to share your dreams, you want to share your goals, you want to share your plans, but don't. Because, and it's not that they hate you. There's going to be people that do. There's going to be people that do wish you harm and that do not want you to prosper and will act like they're your absolute best friend. But they don't see what you see. Just like with me and my bookstore, there's a house in my town, literally up the street from where I'm at right now with my business, that I've had my eye on for a while. And I had the dream for a long time to have my bookstore in an old house, in a historical house. That's what I want. Well, then later on down the line, here maybe a couple years ago, I just seen the house and latched onto it, and I'd seen it a million times, but it's like it clicked with me, and I was like, that's the house. And I tell everybody, one day I'm gonna be in that house. That's where the bookstore is gonna be. And a lot of times people are like, you know, oh, well, that would be cool, but you know, this place down here's for sale, or we can go here. And I'm like, we're going up there. You know, I'm not straying from the dream. It's going to be in that house. And people think I'm crazy because this house is one of the historical houses in my town. It's huge and would probably cost more money than probably like 80% of the people in this town have or will ever have. I mean, it's huge, and you think that's a huge dream, that's a big goal, but if it's yours, I mean, you can't just like not dream it, you know, and just forget about it. It's just how it happens. So that's the thing. If it's in your heart, it's yours. You have to claim it, and it's truly like you believe things into existence. Because I could tell you stories about how I have needed things or wanted things, and I'm like, you know, God's gonna make a way, and me not see no way, but then it just happens, just in the craziest ways, you know. So I mean, what you've got in your heart, go after it. I don't care how many people think you're crazy or any of that, but I had to share that because I read that this morning and I was like, man, imagine what Paul was dealing with, or Saul. I guarantee you that a bunch of them thought Saul was crazy, especially considering how he was the one who went from slaughtering Christians to pretty much leading them, you know, at that time. So, I mean, it's amazing what God can do. But I gotta get some things done, but it's been so long since I've done a video, and I'm trying to get back at it and get back into the flow of things, and just thank God that, you know, He's allowed me to get back out and, you know, doing a lot better. So I love you guys. I hope you have a great day, great week. You're doing well, you're healthy, you're being safe, and I'll be praying for you. Please be praying for me. And I don't even know what I'm gonna call this. I guess I'm gonna call this others are not gonna see it. So, but I hope it helped you. Hopefully it's helped somebody. Love you guys. I'll see you soon.